Going on, guys? It's Winning Image and I'm out to bring you guys a deck profile on Blaus. So as you guys know, this is a favorite deck of mine and I couldn't wait to do this deck profile, but before we do that, I want to give a few shout outs to the people who helped make this deck for me. So first shout out I want to give to my sponsor, Triple Sleeve TCG, for sending me all the foils for this deck as soon as possible, and it was really cool for them to help me complete this deck. The second one is to one of our Cardfight Con featured creators, Dominic Manolo. So Dominic was able to send me the commons and rares needed to finish this deck, so I could profile it for all of you guys. So if you're buying cards, be sure to check those two guys out. And then the other one is Lorenzo. So Lorenzo is one of the most well-known Blau players in the world. He shared some of the cool ideas with me because in the other Blau video I made, I used critic holes mainly, and then this one's going to use more fronts because he was explaining to me how a front-based Blau build works and how I could build it. So without him, this version of the deck that I'm showing you guys wouldn't have happened. So without further ado, let's hop into it. So of course the grade 3s, pretty staple. 4 Galaxy Blaukluger and 4 Stern Blaukluger. There's nothing else that you gotta run for a Blau deck. Blau decks are running Stern and Galaxy, and as you guys know, this is a Blau deck, so there's no other grade 3s that you gotta run. Of course, both of them have the soul that give your grade 3 Blaus 10k. If you have Blaukluger in your soul, we'll get into him in a sec. And then Galaxy has the skill that when he attacks, you could call Counterblast 1, call Stern from your soul to a rearguard circle, usually an Excel circle. And then Stern has a skill that after it attacks, you could discard 2 cards, no Counterblast, which is super cool. And then Superior Ride a Galaxy by binding it from your rearguard circle, and then Superior Riding it, so you're able to get an Excel circle off that. Super good, super Blau, and yeah, those are the only grade 3s that you gotta play in a Blau deck. So on to our grade 2s, we have 4 Blaukluger, 4 Cool Hank, 3 Stylish Hustler, and 1 Brute Beast. Okay, so this is a little bit different because the Brute Beast. So of course I want to touch on Blaukluger first. Counterblast 1, when placed, check top 7, add a card with Blau in its name, put it in your hand, shuffle your deck, just to help you ensure that you could ride Stern first. Look for him to get going early if you want to win your games. Gotta run this at 4. And of course, super good effect that after it attacks, you can put it into your soul. And if you have a Vanguard with Blau in its name, you draw a card. Super stable and helps build stability for this deck list. And then Cool Hank, of course, one of the new Nova Grappler restanders. Soul Blast 1, when its attack hits and it's on Vanguard Circle, you could draw a card. And then when it attacks, you may discard 1 to stand one of your rear guards. So this card's more important to me because in this build, particularly because of how much counterblast that could pile up. Since we were in kind of a damage deny era of Vanguard, cards such as Brute Beast, which is a counterblast 2, and heck, even counterblast 1 with Galaxy can be pretty costly at times. So this is why I prefer Cool Hank over Kick right now in my testing. And then Brute Beast, as we touched on, is super important to this version of the deck because it runs fronts, making sure that you can fill up your front row super easily. Because Counterblast 2, once per turn, you could search your deck for a grade 3, call it to rearguard if you're at grade 3 or greater. And it's not one place, so you could abuse it many times. So there was a game where I needed a specific grade 3 to interact with Morganrot, and I just had the Brute Beast in hand, so I called the Brute Beast, use its skill, get that grade 3, the Stern because I had to ride Galaxy first, then use the Morganrot in my hand to retire this and get this back into my hand so I could have an optimal play for next turn. And just making sure that happens is super effective for the Brute Beast. And then of course Stylish Hustler as your answer to control. Soul Blast 1 when one of your other units is retired, add that card back to your hand. And then of course when he attacks, he gets plus 3k for every card in your damage zone. Super good, super effective, all around good beater. Now on to the grade 1s. 4 Blau Panther, this card has an errata. But when it's placed from riding on Blau Junger, you can check the top 5 of your deck and add a card with Blau in its name, shuffle your deck. But the main skill that he's really useful is that when he's placed, you could discard a trigger and search your deck for a grade 3 Blau. Thus, another way guaranteeing that you ride your Stern first and just having that utility to search your Galaxy if you have the Stern is super good for this deck. And then another way to search Stern, we have Airshid, standard grade 3 searcher for Novas, And of course, when something restands, it gets 5k continuously. Doesn't stack, but it's good. Morgan Rock, at the end of your turn, you retire it, add a card with Blau's name from rearguard back to your hand. So this is mainly used with Stern, so you could abuse the Stern as much as possible after you call it from Soul with Galaxy's effects. So just to ensure that you're able to do it multiple times. And then 2 of Transriser. So Transriser is a very interesting card that I didn't even consider running until I saw the Brute Beast. So because, like I said, we're in a counterblast deny format, so a Transriser skill being able to countercharge one, you're able to potentially get off Galaxy and Brute Beast on the same turn, making it so you mainly just need 2 counterblasts at the beginning of your turn to get off both of these skills if you have the Transriser on the field. So that's one way why I think this card is super powerful and should be played in this version of the deck. And then finally our triggers. We have 8 fronts, 4 draw, the standard draw PG, and 4 heal, and volume user starter. So that's pretty much it for this quick deck profile, guys. I just wanted to get this out and show you guys what my front base Blau deck is. I'll put a picture of my critical base version on the screen used in the how to play video. That deck is still awesome. I love the order in that deck, but this is a more front base deck, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Without further ado, thank you all for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.